Hi everyone, so this is obviously going to get posted as part of a bigger video, but this is my 1 week update. So currently this is my grow wardrobe, which is going to change drastically in the near future when I put in my new hydroponics. The orchids, which is these, are going to go, that's a gesneriad that's going to go on the windowsill. Some selaginellas and the begonia are going to go in a different terrarium. But my 1 week update for the cucamelon hydroponics project is we have germination. So those three have certainly germinated. Obviously that one's a slightly larger one. I don't know if it's focusing. I don't know. And I think it's looking like that one's germinated okay. I need three basically. My NFT system will have three blocks in it. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to carry on spraying these. They've been sprayed a few times with just rainwater. They probably need another spray. I'm going to spray these today with the same mix, so root juice from BioBiz and Formulex from Growth Technologies to try to stimulate some more growth. At some point soon I'm going to get out the larger rockwool cubes, which will be the next sort of video joined onto this video. Treat those the same way I treated these, soaking them to lower the pH. And then these will get put into the larger rockwool cubes, which will then carry on growing for a little bit longer till we've got some really good root development. And then yeah, we'll set up the hydroponics and go from there. So I don't know if this is product placement, but this is the light I'm using. So this is a cheapish light available on Amazon. It gets really good reviews, really good PPFD, which perhaps I can talk about in a different video. So I looked at Spider Farmer and Mars Hydro, and this was a slightly cheap option. I don't need, obviously I'm not growing that plant, so I don't need the full-on, some of the really efficiencies you get now with some of the really good LED lights. This should be good enough. I've also got, for the wardrobe, the grow wardrobe, some strawberries down here. So these were runners for my plant outside, which obviously is now inside because it's getting too cold. And the idea is I'm going to grow these organically. So you'll probably see these featuring. I think these have now just rooted. So these are in Tropic Mix, again from our hydroponic store. Treated with a small amount of fertilizer. And I think what I want to do is in the grow wardrobe, when I've got the hydroponic set up, these will be where they are on the side, but I'll treat them, give them some more ferts and see if we can get some winter strawberries as well. Okay, that's it for now. Next video will be joined onto this one and it'll be part of a bigger haul. So I'll see you after the fade. So this is a picture of the seedlings sort of 5 days later. I was a little bit frustrated with how slowly they were growing. Although they'd been soaked in root juice and a very light percentage of fertilizer, I think the fact that I'd been spraying them with just pure rainwater had meant they hadn't quite got the boost they needed. So this was 5 days later. They'd grown, they were starting to develop leaves, but it kind of felt like they needed something else. So I gave them a slightly higher concentration of fertilizer and root juice again. So this is the plants 3 days later, well 2 days later really. So a bit more growth, quite some decent looking growth, actually noticeable on the actual proper leaves, not those which I can't remember the name of, be on the screen. We're starting to get, I have seen it on one of them, a little bit of root growth coming through. So I'm going to soak the big rockwool cubes now. I'll probably just leave them in overnight and pop these in the morning, and then yeah, hopefully within a week or so the roots will be strong enough coming through the big rockwool cubes and they can be transplanted into the NFT system that I'm going to set up. So these are the big rockwool cubes. So these are the grow down make, which is pretty standard, available from any hydroponic shop. So rip the paper off but leave the plastic covering on. So the idea is the roots will go straight down. These lines will run parallel to the flow of water. So the roots will grow out of here and into the water stream, NFT, nutrient film technique, nutrient flow technique. I've seen both. And the idea is the water will go across the roots and give them a constant supply of oxygen, water and nutrients. So first we're going to disconnect these, throw them in my trusty hydroponic bucket, which I've cunningly placed next to a load of electronics, probably not the best idea, and soak them exactly the same way as we soaked the small cubes that have now germinated the seeds. So first thing is the root juice, the BioViz root juice, which is the root stimulator. So decent dose of that. Obviously they're just soaking in the bucket. We'll add a decent dose of ferts. I'm going out, I'm going to leave these until tomorrow, and then it will literally be pop the square blocks into the round holes. Yes, I know, don't ask me why. And then hopefully we'll see some nice root growth and nice development of the plants before they go in the NFT system. All right, that's it for this update, and more after the fade. So with the addition of the rainwater, the root juice and the Formulex showing a pH of 5.6, which is right on the edge of where you want to be for plant growing. So that's going to soak, nicely acidic, it's going to soak the alkaline rock wool cubes. To be fair, the pH is a little bit lower than I'd expect. But yeah, ideal for the purposes, so I really can't complain. So really you're looking for a pH of your watering and your hydroponic systems from sort of 5.6, 5.8 sort of area up to about 6.5 for ideal growing conditions. And as I say, this is acidic, which is nice to neutralise the alkaline rock wool blocks in. Okie doke. And there we go. So it's still in the current grow tent until they really develop sort of roots poking out the bottom. I'm going to keep those. One of the bigger ones I didn't put in because they got spindly. One obviously hasn't germinated, and one seems to be like the runt of the litter. It hasn't really done anything at all. But these are the 3 plants that are going to be used for the experiment. So the cubes were soaked in this horrible water, which is now showing a pH of 6 point something, which is much better for 6.1. Yeah, so ideal for growing. So I'm going to fertilise a couple of my other plants with that, and happy days. Hopefully in a week or two they'll be ready to go into the NFT system. And I'll see you all then.